So right now we're going to do 4 more coaches today on our Pigskin preview, and our first one is our friend, used to be the head coach over at Belvedere. Now he's got a pretty daggone good program over at DeKalb, Matt Weckler. And Coach, good to have you on tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, let's talk about that team. I had a chance to see you guys play a little bit during the summer, and you have put together a pretty good squad over there. Tell us about that quarterback and wide receiver you have.
Well, we got a couple of real good kids, and luckily for us as coaches, they're good players too. Kids like that make coaches' jobs a lot easier, and we do a lot. We're able to do a lot of different things based off just the talent that we have from those 2 guys and the other guys around them as well.
You know, how much does all that summer work help, especially when you got a quarterback like that? As far as getting ready to install your offense here now as we get to that last week, before the regular season starts, how much does all that summer work help?
We take kind of the summer 7-on-7 type thing and kind of a grain of salt. It's basically an install for us and an evaluation period for us to see, what things we can do, and at the same time, what things we're not very good at. So we throw as much as we can out in the summer, and then we kind of narrow our offensive game plan and our schemes down based off what we can do or can't do athletically. Then when we get the pads on, then, it kind of narrows down a little bit more because some of those things also change. But, just being able to spread things out and have players like we do at the quarterback position, the wide receiver position, the running back position, really helps us out and opens up our playbook in terms of what it is that we can do against multiple different defenses.
And you had Troy when you were at Belvedere those last few years, and now you got this kid. This is like his 3rd year starting for you. You seem to like that, to keep that quarterback in that position for a long time.
It's basically just kids that want to compete, and for some of these guys like Troy and like Derek here, they weren't afraid to compete at a younger age. And when you have kids like that and you're building a program and you got guys that want to be on the field at the varsity level early, that makes it fun for us as coaches because the competition at each position just increases dramatically. It makes for tough decisions for coaches at times, knowing we got younger guys that may have to take some older guys' positions, but at the same time, that's what we preach and that's what our philosophy is.
You have all that talent on the offensive side. It means you could be very explosive, but that also means the defense gets quick turnarounds, maybe spends a little bit more time on the field because maybe you guys put up points quickly, things like that. How are things looking on the defensive side of the ball with the depth and the physicality?
I'll be honest with you, this year, I think our defense is going to be our staple of our team. We have 7 returning starters back, and a lot of them have been, 2-year starters for us. Our defensive line is probably the most athletic group that I've coached here in DeKalb High School. And then we have, based off our scheme, we have 4 linebackers back from last year with some young secondary guys that have really stepped up and showed what we can do against some of the top talent in the state in some of our 7-on-7 competitions. So we're really pleased and happy with our defensive unit this year. Coach Maha's dialing up so much different things going on based off of the guys that we have and their experience. Year 1, we were pretty vanilla. Year 2, we kind of got going, and now year 4, we got guys playing the same position for their 4th year now, and we can do a lot of different things, and guys cover up for each other, coming up the edge, blitzing, corners blitzing. It makes havoc for us and the offensive side. Even though we have some skilled guys, they're wreaking havoc for us for our offense.
We're talking with Matt Weckler, the head football coach at DeKalb. And when I was over at your facility this summer, it was pretty hot, but that's the place to be. That is a beautiful facility. You got to be really proud. That's got to help get your kids wound up as you kind of get them into your system. Now, you have really turned that program around the last few years, and it's got to be a good situation, a good combination with everything.
We have good kids. The facility's definitely helped out. Our philosophy coming into the program was kind of a triangle approach. Obviously on the top we want to win football games. And then as we slide over, if we figure we win the football games, we'll get some more kids out and we get some more kids out, that means more competition for each position. And when you get more competition for each position, that means you're going to win more football games. So the facility that we have, I should say, definitely promotes participation. And our school as a whole this year has had the most athletes out in the fall in terms of participation across the board with our soccer team, cross country, tennis, football. We've had a lot more kids participating. Some of it has to do with our facilities. Some of it has to do with our lower level coaches and our younger level coaches, youth programs, middle school. And I think some of it just has to do with the hunger that success has instilled within our program and in the school's programs as well.
Typically there's some good competition at the top of that conference, and also, looking way ahead, if you guys were to get there, it's a tough class that you play in as well. What are some of the goals of this team? What are you guys looking to hope to accomplish this year?
Each and every year we start off with the same expectations and same goals, and that's to get our 5 wins to qualify for the playoffs, and then win a conference championship. For our kids, for some of these kids, our quarterback and our wide receiver, if they win a conference this year, have an opportunity to do so, they'd won it three years in a row. So that's one of the goals that we have. Making it to playoffs 4 years in a row has been unprecedented here at DeKalb High School. So that's one of our goals. And then obviously extending our season as long as we possibly can is our third and final goal. We have a lot of individual goals as well that kind of encompass the team goals, but for us, it's getting that all-purpose 5th win to continue our season and play an extra game.
I know you guys lost a couple teams. You're down to like 10, but still called the NIB 12. And you had to reschedule some games up front. And you guys got a little bit of a mixture up there before you start your conference, don't you?
Yeah, we had some teams that they backed out of our schedule at the end of last year, non-conference-wise. It was hard and difficult for us to find games to play. Now, there's not a lot of teams of our size that wanted to play us, or there's some teams like in the Nick 10 that have, in conferences, the Nick 10 that have 10 teams, so they don't play non-conference. So, a couple things that we decided we wanted to do as a staff in our athletic program is one, find some competition that's going to prepare us for our conference and for getting us ready for some good competition in the playoffs. So we scheduled some bigger schools for us this year, a playoff team in Moline week 1, Mundelein Carmel, who had a little bit of a down season, but they're playing a great conference. They're a 7A perennial tough football team. They played Boylan in the state championship when they won it, and then Lake Park. So those are some big 7A, 8A football teams that we think if we can get through those games and be healthy and compete, that'll prepare us for our conference and maybe a run in the playoffs.
You look at a lot of good players on your team, and you kind of touch on the individual goals. You got some players that have colleges looking at them, maybe even some Division I schools. When you have players out there that, obviously they want to do well for the team, but have something to kind of prove on the field too, does that really help kind of get the competitive juices flowing?
It does a little bit. The best thing about our kids, and Dre Brown a couple of years ago set the tone for, the success of individuals at our school. We found that, our best kids, including Dre, including Cole, who verbal to Northern Illinois, and Derek, who's going to get some offers, I'm pretty sure, coming up here. They're great kids, and they're very unselfish kids. They're all about winning first. And I think, to be honest with you, Dre Brown set that tone right away. Not only a great kid, a great football player, but was a team-first guy. And by him doing that, and then we had an offensive lineman, Hayden LaPointe, last year that was all about team and all about success of others and helping each other out. It just kind of carries over. The expectation of being a good player also encompasses the team as well. And, the kids that we have that are good players are also good students, they're good kids, good families, and they're all about everyone else and improving our teammates.
Thanks, Coach Weckler. We've been enjoying following you over the past couple of years. Miss you in the Nick 10, but thanks for taking time today.
Hey, I enjoy talking to you guys, and you're more than welcome to come down and cover us whenever you want.
Thanks a lot. We've been talking with Coach Matt Weckler, the head football coach at DeKalb. Of course, he was at Belvedere for many years, and they're ready to go. They're a nice team.
Yeah, they're going to have a really good team this year.